Hello, hello. So I'm not sure if I'm the only person who watched, I think it was last year's, I think it was called Creator and Friends, and a bunch of brands come together and pay kind of like a holiday, a weekend, I think, for a bunch of beauty gurus to just, come together, have a good time, pick up some of their products, experience some new products from these brands. And it's just like, kind of like, like a Tarte paid vacation, but at a smaller scale. And I think they had it at, was it Disney? No, not Disney, I'm so sorry. I'm at Florida. Why did I say Disney? I think they might have had it in Florida. Somewhere up in northern Florida. I can't particularly recall, but there were a lot of YouTubers, beauty YouTubers who were invited. And one of the things that I remember that they received at that, like that Beauty and Friends, whatever, was when they came into their rooms, they had a bunch of Sigma swag and products. And this was one of the products. This was the Sigma Spectrum palette, which had not come out or even been announced yet at that time, that they were given the palette physically to already play with and use. And I saw that palette, and for some reason, I don't know why, it just absolutely called to me. I don't know why. I'm not at all a neutral girl. I don't care about neutrals. There's nothing interesting to me about neutrals. A lot of the time, a neutral's a neutral, a neutral. Like, that's just my thought. And so when I saw it, I was like, I don't know why, but I really, really want that palette. And these are the colors in there, and I'm trying not to super shine it because it's like super duper reflective. But those are the colors, and it's just a neutral palette. It's just a neutral palette. And that's the outside of the box, and here's the physical, and it's pretty much exactly the same. It's super duper reflective. And again, the colors in the back, very fancy. They're all textured. I don't know why I really, really wanted this. And I've been trying Sigma for a while now, though. There's a mirror in here. I'm going to cover it up with this little piece of plastic. And remove that. It's really thick. But this is like almost like a orgy mini kind of palette. It's definitely more warm leaning when I'm looking in the camera. Very much more warm leaning though. But this is the neutral palette, and I've been worried and I've been thinking about it because let's go this way. The first two Sigma palettes that I tried were absolute flops. I found a small palette at a TJ Maxx, and that one did not work. And then I got a the Ambiance palette, which I was so excited about because I really, really love golds. And I was so excited about that, and that also did not work out, so I was not happy. And then I finally tried the Cool Neutrals, and that one worked so well. I loved it, so beautiful. And I'm happy to report that this one is as well. I'm so happy with this. This is just a beautiful, ultimate kind of neutral everyday palette. I think this palette is so fucking beautiful. This palette was so easy to use, so easy to blend out. I feel like this is a wonderful palette for someone with mature skin because the formula is so soft and fine and refined. I just think it's so freaking beautiful. We have just one row of shimmers, and the rest are all mattes. I ended up following a kind of how-to email that was sent by Sigma that I've been saving since December of last year because I knew I had this palette and I was just waiting to pull it out. Literally December of last year I got this email about how to do a specific look, and I finally pulled out that email again. And for a kind of little quick trip that we went to the coast on Monday, I took some PTO, went to the coast on Monday, and I wore this palette and I did the look. Then I followed the email and I kind of learned how to use these lighter shades better and how to like highlight underneath my eyebrow, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I really like it. It's just all so soft, incredibly, you know how there was like, oh, so soft, so buttery. This is that palette. I really, really loved how this performed. It's surprising in a way because it makes me feel very, I guess, like classy and refined, and even though it's not these super intense, bright, sparkly, wet looks that I also really adore, this just works so incredibly well. I feel very professional and put together when I wear this palette. I think it's just so pretty. I want to do just a couple. Ooh, that's so interesting. It is almost kind of like clay. That's a really bad description. But it's like, it's got a little bit of give, like it's a little oily almost in a way to give it like that good grip. Do this one. Oh, that's a dark shade. And there's no There's, wow. Look how pigmented that is. Wow. I just really like that. I think these shades are so pretty and just so easy to use. I just think they're like super blendable. Just really pretty and just so easy to blend and just like, I don't know, I feel like not too much thinking that needs to happen. Let's zoom in on the shimmers a little bit. See there, I try to leave the Sigma branding there for y'all. It's kind of cool that every shade has that. I think all the shimmers were really pretty. I liked how they all picked up on a brush. That's always my fear, especially with the other shades that I've tried. See, this is, you know, this is different because the other Sigma shades that did not work, they would pan and they wouldn't work. And look, this is so easy to pick up. You can definitely tell some of these are smoother. Like just in those three, all three of those consistencies felt completely different. And then I'll do this dark one. And there's 4 of the shimmers right there. They're all very neutral. This one's a little bit more, what, like a champagne? And it just gives you enough of a pop. This one's a little bit more gold. This one's a little bit more bronze. And then we have this one, which is completely a chocolatey brown. But also, it's not so intense. Like, it's not like a super duper dark. Like, there's a dark base, yes, but still not super intense. This feels like a wedding palette. Like, this is the kind of palette an MUA would have picked up to do someone's wedding makeup. It just feels very, like, classy. Like, I'm just really blown away. I love this palette so much more than I thought I was going to. I can't remember the last neutral palette that I was just super head over heels for. I really, really like this. This is also not a super huge palette. It's, I guess, almost, it's about the size of your hand. So it's not like super duper big. It's not super thick. It's a little bit more travel friendly versus, you know, carrying a huge like orgy palette or something similar. I really like this. This is a super duper solid Sigma palette. If you're going to pick up something Sigma, this is one of the palettes I think you should pick up. This is definitely a really good formula.